game to find their cohesion. It's not a spectacular footballing, amazing extravaganza, but it's a defensive solidity and workmanlike effort that they have to find that cohesion. Cameroon had the 2 games actually to warm up into this World Cup. As they started the game with the cohesion, perhaps just Switzerland finding their feet was enough to win them that game.
Yes, you can. Very nice fun. I know it sounds harsh, but we really hope the Swiss don't win the World Cup. We don't win that team with football to win World Cups.
Okay, I'll sort that diplomatic incident out with the Swiss. Thank you very much, Pat Nevin. I know, that's absolutely fine. Pat Nevin, Vicky Smart, thank you very much. First game done and dusted then, Switzerland 1, Cameroon 0. This is an extravaganza of football though, Rob, isn't it?
It's non-stop.
Non-stop. Brazil, Serbia at 7 o'clock. Ghana, Portugal at 4 o'clock. Uruguay, South Korea next in just under an hour's time. Our build-up begins after Nick Hampton.
Take the World Cup with you, Qatar 2022 on BBC Sound. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Cheers, Mark. Good afternoon. Figures show 500,000 more people came to the UK than left in the year to June. That's the highest total on record. Net migration, the difference between the number coming to live here and the number leaving, was around 170,000 the previous year. The Office for National Statistics says the increase was driven by a number of factors, including the end of the pandemic and war in Ukraine. Our home editor is Mark Easton.
Students are actually a very significant part of those who arrive, and that in part is because a lot of students obviously didn't come during the pandemic, perhaps delayed their study. Around 170,000 Ukrainians, perhaps in total 200,000 Ukrainians have come. Obviously, the vast majority of them have been fleeing the war in their country, and who will almost certainly return to their homeland.
The energy regulator Ofgem is increasing its price cap again from January, but it will not cost us more immediately because the government is limiting household bills to £2,500 for typical use until April. The new Ofgem cap is £4,279. Well, the government is covering the shortfall, estimated to be around 16 billion. Peter Smith from the fuel poverty charity National Energy Action has this warning.
Households that are on standard credit, so either pay by cheque or cash, will pay a lot more compared to direct debit customers. And some of the households on prepayment meters will also pay a lot more. They're not offset by the government's energy price guarantees.
A number of strikes are underway involving postal workers, teachers in Scotland and university lecturers across the UK. They've all walked out in separate disputes about pay. The Transport Secretary, Mark Harper, is meeting the leader of the RMT union, Nick Lynch, after more rail strikes were called for next month and in January. Mr Harper wants unions to start negotiating again with rail companies to get a deal agreed. Mr Lynch has accused the government of blocking an agreement. And police are contacting 70,000 people to warn them they've been victims of a huge banking scam. They're thought to have lost millions of pounds in the con, which involved spoof calls from fraudsters pretending to be from the banks.